Hi, my name is Tamara S, and I am the writer, director, and starring as Aaliyah in The Zone.
What about our friendship?
What about it?
I created The Zone actually as a part of the ABC Scene Contest a couple of years ago. So yeah, I got some things in my archives. But yeah, I wrote this film, a part of the contest. It didn't advance, but that was okay. I kept it in a folder and I was presented with this opportunity to collaborate. The Zone stood out to me because I felt like at the core there was a really strong relationship. And I think when I look at material, I always appeal to it first as an actor because I know that if I am going to play a role, I want to be able to build something from that. And I felt like there was already a great foundation between two friends that might have a little bit more bubbling under the surface. Those types of roles always intrigue me. So I would say me choosing this was probably, I was biased as an actor, and then I had to challenge myself as a writer to fully develop it in a way that could fit the format of a short film. When I revisited my archives, this is one of those stories that stuck out to me. So I rehashed it a little bit for the purposes of a short film and not a scene. And I added some layers to it, and voila, The Zone was created. The Zone was my first under 5-minute film that I ever shot, that I ever wrote, and that I ever directed. So it was definitely a huge learning experience, but also a very fulfilling experience. I felt like there was a rush with the idea to be able to create such a multi-layered cinematic piece in under 5 minutes. There was a lot of pressure on myself there. First of all, being both a director and an actor is always extremely difficult. After my first baby passion project, A Night at the Table, I had made a promise to myself that I would never direct myself again. But it just so happened that you should never say never, because here I am doing it again. But, to that, I will say it is an extremely difficult feat. And I come in and tip my hat off to all of the filmmakers out there who create successful projects, and they have worn all of those hats. It is extremely difficult and is extremely taxing. It was hard. It was hard, but we got it done, and I'm actually really proud of the finished product. I have definitely been put into the friend zone before. Once upon a time, I used to be a very arrogant dater. I thought that I could get who I want when I want it, whenever. And it turned out that was not true. So, I got humbled very quickly early on in life. The Zone is not a personal story. The Zone is actually a culmination of my experiences and the experiences of those around me. I also love to talk about relationships. I love to talk about dating. And it's interesting to tell stories about the experience and the failures and the mishaps as opposed to the happy endings. The Zone is a very relevant and timely story that I felt very compelled to share with you all. I feel like it is very relatable to be in the space where you might feel something for someone close to you, but yet you either are hesitant to share those feelings or thoughts, or you just simply cannot because you are forbidding. So I think, it's gonna speak to some folks.